This week's The Rahman Experience is brought to you by Al Salam Gift Shop, the gift shop that has the best selection of oils, body sprays, shea butter, and other unique items. You can find them online at masjidsalam.com, MASJIDSALAAM.com. PMP Nutrition and Supplements. It's the spot to get your body in tip-top shape for the summer and for life. PMPnutrition.com. The Jacksonville Free Press, providing quality urban news for more than 30 years. And Edward Waters College, Florida's oldest private college. Edward Waters College, preserving history, promising futures. Welcome to one of the hottest podcasts in America. It's the Rahman Experience.
It's a brand new experience, a brand new time, a brand new way to do it. Hey, yeah, it's all mine. I'm the one telling stories you thought couldn't be told. I'm the one that bring you in your when you shaking from the cold. I'm the one always out front, yeah, trying something new. I'm the one that's gonna deliver when they ask what it do. Politics, entertainment, and science, all the news. Keeping you on the level with the stuff you can use. DJ Kids on the beat, the Rocks got the track. It's the Rahman Experience, you know that's where it's at. This is Rahman Johnson. Welcome to this edition of the Rahman Experience, and it's an experience this week, of course. It's been a week. So I am just celebrating my birthday, and that is the coolest thing I think in the world. This week I had an epic birthday. Although my birthday was on Saturday, the 26th, I'll be, I'm a Gemini, so you know what we do. We celebrate the whole month. But I'll be celebrating. My producer, Tobias, is saying Scorpio's rule. My mom's a Scorpio. Best friend's a Scorpio.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but before we get into that, let me introduce you to who's here with me in the show this week. In the hot seat, we've got Andy Francois. Say what's up, Andy, helping to produce the show this week.
What's good, everyone?
And talking to us, the guys, my fellas, and of course, my other super producer, Tobias Green. What's up, Tobias?
What's going on, everybody? Our
resident Alpha Phi Alpha member. So shouts out to A Phi A, the Kappa Epsilon chapter of Alpha. Good stuff. You guys just took over some new boys. We'll talk about that later, though. Back to my birthday. I really had a great birthday. Sheila E. You guys know, are you familiar with Sheila E?
No, sir.
Nobody knows. Do you know Sheila E?
Not at all.
And I'm dating myself. So Sheila E. was one of the contemporaries of Prince. Prince, right? The recording artist Prince. And she was one of his muses, one of his biggest stars. And so Sheila E. Came to Jacksonville, the place where I live, even though this podcast is heard around the world by thousands, and I'm so thankful to everybody that listens. But Sheila E. came and she performed at the Jacksonville Jazz Festival, and I am, when I tell you, excited that I got a chance to meet her and see her perform, and it really felt like Prince came back. You guys do know who Prince is, right?
Yeah. Of course. Purple Rain.
Did you just sing this? Well, Sheila E. is one of the contemporaries of Prince, and like I said, she came and showed out, so I was really happy to hang out with her. And then for this week, I'll be hosting Amateur Night at the Ritz. This is a really busy week for me. Birthday, then I give the commencement speech for Ribault Senior High School, which is my high school alma mater.
Yep.
And I'm really excited. Still working on the speech, so let's hope it's ready for Thursday. And then Friday after that, I go and host Amateur Night at the Ritz.
You're forgetting something.
What am I forgetting?
Grading them papers.
Yeah, I need my grade.
Oh, well. Really, this is the first time that students have really pushed the professor to actually grade the paper, which is a good thing. But then again, you sure you want to rush me in doing the grading? I'm just going to leave the ball in your court on that respect. So, guys, thank you for helping me produce the show this week. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of crazy stuff happening in the news. And this show is interesting. This is the first show. We've got one of the basketball stars from Edward Waters College is going to make an appearance on the show. So we'll be talking sports for the first time. I mean, I talk sports all the time because I like sports. But we have a basketball player that will be on the show talking about who he believes is the greatest basketball player of all time. And since I have your attention, who do you think is the GOAT? How about you, Andy?
If it's not Michael Jordan, I don't want to hear it.
And Tobias?
2, 3, or 4, 5.
2, 3, or 4, 5.
Michael Jordan.
That's a good one. 2, 3, or 4, 5. I love it. Well, he says that because he's a basketball player, he has a better grasp on who is the greatest basketball player of all time. Really? I think that he has missed the beat, missed the ball, all of that good stuff. So we'll see. He'll be talking to us about that. And,
all the other stuff that is going on around the world. And I'm looking forward to the news today because we have a superhero. There's a real life superhero running around the world. Yeah, so that's really exciting. And you guys are in school for the summer too. How's that going for you so far?
I'm tired. It's really tiring, to be honest, because...
And I actually keep the class the whole time.
Non-stop.
Nah.
I'm going to do better with my life.
I mean, you're doing what you need to do.
Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, it's like 5 weeks, so you want to get the fullness of everything in. And, that's why I like talking to you guys, because you guys give me feedback on stuff that's going, happening around the world, around the country.
I learned a lot in these 2 weeks we done had class, so...
Yeah, got another 3 weeks to go. We'll be good. And we'll be talking about the news. Our roundtable on the news is going to be really good this week because we are actually talking about something that just happened earlier today. I know I told you that Roseanne got fired today.
Who was Roseanne?
You remember the...
We're going to talk about that on the other side.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about Roseanne.
Okay, we'll talk about Roseanne. So if you want to be a part of the Rahman Experience, log on right now. You can catch me on Twitter at RahmanJ, Facebook, RahmanJFans. That's Facebook.com/RahmanJFans. Or on Instagram, RahmanJ. That's where you can find me. You can also call me at 540-Rahman7. That's 540-RAHMAN and the number 7. Now remember, if you leave a message on our phone system, make sure to keep your messages to about a minute. And soon we'll be having a live show where you'll be able to call in and have conversations with us. So the experience is moving forward. We're doing some really great things, and I'm excited to have you with us. And guys, I'm excited to have you here as a part of the show. And Tobias, you know what? You're becoming like an old timer. He's back in the hot seat. He stopped by because he produced last week's show. So he's stopping by, and we really appreciated and enjoyed having you.
Veteran.
Yeah. The girls said, how did you look? That's what they were like, how he look.
Well,
those are the messages. Absolutely not. We are not using my show as your Christian mingle. No,
that's crazy.
Not happening on my watch.
BlackPeopleMeet.com.
Right. And I have more than just black people that listen to my show. I have people all over the world, and that's what I'm really, really appreciative of. So I don't know. I wonder who the young lady was that reached out about Tobias.
I wonder.
Question indeed.
There's this old movie called Misery about this woman who stalked the man, and then when she found him, she like trapped him and tied him to a bed.
Oh man,
I love that book. I
love putting that thought into your head. While you
oh man,
she gonna break your ankles.
Remember that scene? Yeah, Kathy Bates. Yeah, man, good movie. All right, we'll be back. We'll talk about Roseanne and all the other stuff that's happening in the news headlines. But first, the news. As tensions increase with the U.S. and China, the Dow Jones Index plunged nearly 400 points this week. Also, as Italy is headed for elections, the uncertainty of who will lead the European country is what's contributing to the investor unease. Now, Coca-Cola was one of the only companies to finish ahead in trading in both the Dow and NASDAQ. In a series of freak storms in the Carolinas, a news anchor and photojournalist are dead today. Mike McCormick and Aaron Smeltzer from WYFF in Greensville, North Carolina, died after a tree fell on their SUV while they were out covering severe weather. Now, they had just interviewed the chief of the fire department about 10 minutes before the call came in about the accident. There had been major flooding and mudslides a week before, but the roads had reopened and residents had been given the all clear. There's a study that came out this week from Match.com and the Journal of Body Image that says online dating lowers self-esteem. That's right. About 1,300 students were asked about their body image and self-esteem, and more than half of those surveyed said that their image of self has decreased because of the fact that they were rejected online. Come on, guys. Maybe some people should just swipe the other way, right? And Spider-Man, who knew? He's actually real. That's right. Paris is home to a real-life Spider-Man. Now, a Mali-born immigrant, Mamadou Gassama, climbed up a building to save a kid that was hanging from a balcony. It took less than 30 seconds for him to run from across the street, climb up, and save the boy. Now, his father, who was taken into custody, had gone out shopping, and he was late getting back home because he got caught up playing, wait for it, Pokemon Go. Now, Gassama ended up meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron and was given his full citizenship, and now he has a job at the fire department. There it is, Spider-Man in France. Who knew? The Rahman Experience continues in just moments. We'll be back.
Can't you see? Just like guys, look out. Here comes the Spider-Man.
Mondays are just like one of those days.
Back to work already?
Now, Pie 5 Pizza Company gives you Magic Monday. Just stop in and mention Magic Monday. And for a limited time only, for just $5.55. That's right, $5.55. Get your custom handcrafted pie just the way you like it. The toppings you want, more than 40. Your favorite crust. We've got 4, including gluten-free. And your pick of savory sauce. It's all for just $5.55 at participating locations only. Fun, fresh, fast, and sprinkled with a little bit of magic. It's Pie 5. Welcome back to the Rahman Experience. I'm Rahman Johnson, joined in the house with my producers,
Andy Francois.
and
Tobias Green.
welcome. We are here to talk news and the roundup, and the biggest thing happening on the news right now is Roseanne. And Tobias, right before the break, you had a question.
Who is Roseanne?
Yeah, Andy, you want to take that one?
All I know is that she had a sitcom called Roseanne back in the good old days.
Well, it was back before you were born.
Yeah.
The sitcom came out, and it was about a white working class family, right? And they were the Connors, and they were this just a typical middle-aged, middle-income white family. And the thing about it was that middle America was important. Right? Having that connection with Middle America was something that was huge. So that's why a lot of people took to the Roseanne show, because they thought that Roseanne identified with what Roseanne was going through. You know, they just had a simple refrigerator. They just had furniture that really needed to be replaced. And, you know, they were just simple American people. Well, it just so happened that Roseanne sent some tweets out today where she had called... she said some really nasty things about Chelsea Clinton. She said things about Valerie Jarrett, who was President Obama's former advisor. And she literally said that if the Muslims, she said one of the Muslim organizations and the Planet of the Apes got together and had a baby, that the baby would look like Valerie Jarrett. Right. Needless to say, ABC decided to cancel her show today. Now, what I want to remind you is that the show premiered earlier this year to 20 million viewers. It was the biggest show of the year that came out on ABC.
Yeah.
20 million viewers.
A Roseanne reboot?
The reboot, right. The reboot was like 20 million viewers strong.
When did it come out?
It was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Because they finished the first season.
I think February. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. They shot it, I think, early this year, last year. Came out earlier, and they got a lot of love, and I mean, it premiered at 20 million viewers, and it kind of settled in at about 10 million.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, like, the beginning of this year, she made a statement that she supports Trump.
She did.
Yeah.
And her character on the show supports Donald Trump. Like,
Yeah.
she's a big Donald Trump fan. And conversely, her sister, the character of her sister on the show, didn't support Donald Trump at all, didn't vote for him at all, and is a liberal. And so Roseanne has always, one of the things, if you've ever, and I've had a chance to read some of her tweets on Twitter, she's always got a conspiracy theory going on. Like, this one, there's a George Soros. She called George a Nazi who had turned in fellow Jews. She said that his nephew or something, it was the one that married Chelsea Clinton. I mean, it was, like she said some really weird stuff. So, I mean, what do you think, guys? I mean, now that you know who Roseanne is, not that you were watching her show in the beginning, and she was a really famous comedian. And I wanted to play, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give her the dignity of playing it on my show. But I wanted to play, she did the national anthem.
Yeah, I was
Remember?
about to, for the Super Bowl.
It was like,
it was a MLB game.
It was an MLB game. It was a Major League Baseball game.
Sing too.
No.
That was the problem. No, she cannot sing that. And
She was just there watching the game, and they wanted her to sing it, just to do it, and they got what they deserved.
Yeah, they thought, I'm not going to give her the dignity of playing it on my show, but I want you guys to say it. Hold on, watch this.
Yeah, she spat on the floor and everything.
So I let you hear Roseanne singing or not singing the national anthem at the San Diego Padres game. Before both of you were born, by the way. That was in 1990. So what'd you think of Roseanne's rendition?
Trash.
Terrible.
Guess you want to hear Fergie again. Fergie's okay
That was
with
way
it.
better.
Oh my word! What was Fergie even thinking when she
I
sang the national anthem?
don't know, man. If it's I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I was embarrassed to watch it for her.
I was too. Like the little soulful verse. Like that's not something
You
she
said
want to be.
soulful? I mean,
her mind like sultry. She was trying to be like sexual or sultry or something
sure,
like
I would
that.
say if it comes for soulful, I'm pretty sure R. Kelly beat that because he sang the national anthem too at a boxing.
Oh my.
Weird.
It was in a boxing bout. He sang the national anthem.
We're gonna leave R. Kelly in Chicago. We're just gonna leave him there. So so you guys saw what Roseanne said. You saw what the show was about. Clearly, you weren't one of the 20 million people that watched the reboot of the show.
Nah.
But what'd you think about did ABC make the right decision?
If it's for marketing purposes, I'll say yeah. Because ABC's
No,
trying
they said
to...
morality. I will just to stop you there. They said that they wanted to make sure that they were doing the right thing at this time. So they said more morality than anything else.
More morality?
Yeah.
Keep their ratings up. I mean, you don't want somebody on their network that's gonna make them look bad. So I feel like that was the...
And advertisers were, from my understanding, what I heard, that advertisers were starting to drop.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right. They were like, we don't want anything to do with that show. Wanda Sykes, the comedian, you know Wanda Sykes? She, after she saw the tweet from Roseanne, she immediately tweeted and said, I quit.
Oh, that's crazy.
She was a consulting producer on the show.
Oh.
And she says, I'm not going back for season 2. So kudos to Wanda Sykes for taking a stand, because that's her job.
Yeah.
That's a gig. And you know how hard it is to get a job as a writer in Hollywood anyway. She's a black woman in Hollywood who's a lesbian, who's, they're just all these, I'm not saying that's a good or bad. It just is. And so she has a stable job on one of the hottest shows in the country. And she says, I'm not going to stay here and see this. I'm not going to do it.
Smart business move.
When it comes to morality, personally, I think ABC did the right move of firing Roseanne, because I don't even know what she was thinking. I'm not gonna put myself in that state to think what she was thinking, but there's certain things you shouldn't say, and especially how Twitter is immensely growing.
Yes.
Twitter is I'll probably say it's a superpower, because there's a lot of tweets that be generated within, right now, probably over 1 million tweets been generated right now of some stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well, I as I look at her and all the, Twitter, sometimes people don't need access to social media.
they don't.
Sometimes now, when you look at Philando Castile, the guy that was murdered by the police, and you look at some of the other people that were killed in some of the other incidents where you have Facebook Live or Twitter Live or all those other things, Instagram Live, I'm glad we have that social platform so that we can see real world what's happening.
Right.
But some people don't use it for good.
They don't.
And some people do not. I think at one point, one of the worst things that ever could have been created was Facebook Live. I'm just saying, because some of you all, and I'm going to say y'all, your group, will sit there on live doing absolutely nothing.
And get over 1 million views.
And say absolutely nothing. No, and then I'm brushing my teeth now.
Rip.
No one wants to see you brush your teeth. I'm glad you're brushing your teeth, but no one wants to see you brush your teeth. Yeah. All right, well, Roseanne is out of there, so there you go. All right, let's talk about Morgan Freeman. You guys see that story about Morgan Freeman?
And that is crazy. I saw the video. and how
why are you laughing?
No, because she tried to say, is it for real? Because
the alleged
victim. But I saw the video of how he responded, and he said it so Morgan Freeman he had no facial expression. He said, "Oh, I would like to be there." He had no expression, everything. What? I just feel like they try to come after Morgan Freeman.
Really? Well, what about, according to this, 8 women have accused him of inappropriate behavior and sexual harassment. Of course, right now he's 80 years old.
Oh, my God.
And the women include production staff employees at his production company, Revelations Entertainment. He started that company with his business partner, Lori McCreary, in 1996. He issued an apology on May 24th. And he said that sometimes he has said things in a joking way, and he'd give compliments to make people feel more comfortable around him, both men and women. Now, he said he did not assault any woman, and that any assertion that he did is completely false. His statement said that
At 80 years old, he is at risk of being undermined in the blink of an eye. All victims of assault and harassment deserve to be heard, and we need to listen to them, but it's not right to equate horrific incidents of sexual assault with misplaced comments of humor. I admit I am someone who feels the need to try to make women and men feel appreciated and at ease around me. As part of that, I would often try to joke with and compliment them in what I thought was a lighthearted and humorous way. Clearly, I was not always coming across in the way I intended, and that's why I apologize. But I want to be clear, I did not create unsafe work environments or assault women. I did not offer employment or advancement in exchange for sex. Any assertion that I did is completely false. So, according to CNN entertainment reporter Chloe Miles, she spoke to 16 people, 8 of which said they were victims of inappropriate behavior. So, you guys tell me, what do you think?
I think,
especially in the light of Bill Cosby,
I was just about to
Harvey
say,
Weinstein.
I think it's just people trying to get attention ever since the Bill Cosby thing has been on the hot seat. So I don't really buy too much into it. I don't think that's the true story behind everything.
Well, now here's something interesting, and I want to add this to it just to give you a little context. I see, Andy, you're looking like kind of like, This one of the accusers, this is the woman named Tyra Martin, explained that what she said about Morgan Freeman to CNN wasn't given to the world in the way that she meant it. She said that she's getting a lot of nasty emails, and she said, I am one of the, she said this, she says, people think I am one of the accusers. I'm not, never was. CNN totally misrepresented the video and took my remarks out of context. The incident involved an interview Martin did with Freeman where she recounted, when I stood up, I pulled my skirt, part of my dress down. And he said, oh, don't pull it down now. And I mean, I don't think he meant anything by it. So now she's kind of backtracking from what CNN said she said initially. I mean, you have the Harvey Weinstein incident, you have the Bill Cosby incident, so many of the other incidents. What do you think?
That's like a lot of taking, to be honest. Because I got no comment to make. I got no comment.
It's really, really a unique, like, kind of experience. When you think about
how old is this case or this situation? How long ago did it happen, and why are they just now feeling the need to say something?
I don't know how old this case is, but that's something that we constantly saw with the other cases. Why is it that we wait all of this time now, like with Bill Cosby's accuser? Why did we wait so long, like a decade or more, to come forward and say that he did that? And then there are other women. And then I'm not saying Bill Cosby's innocent. I'm not saying he's right. I'm certainly not saying that. And I'm not saying women or anyone who has been sexually assaulted doesn't need to be heard. But Andy, I like you. You're my buddy. Tobias, I really like you. You're my buddy as well. Y'all are like brothers to me. Like, seriously, I love you guys. Trust and believe, if I'm at your house, first of all, I'm not coming to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning. Right? There's just nothing, unless you are in need of a ride to the hospital or, some distress, there's no reason for me to come to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then if I come to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning and you give me a pill, neither one of you are doctors. Why would I take it?
I don't condone drugs, so I wouldn't give you.
I'm just saying, like, but why would
it makes no sense?
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's not logical. Yeah, and I know you guys aren't just agreeing with me. I mean, it's just the same. Remember that years ago when Kobe Bryant got in that trouble?
Yeah.
Like, and again, I don't mean to. I don't want it to come off that I'm disparaging a woman, because I think, I've had friends who were sexually assaulted, and I have empathy there. But I'm also, there are women who are really like, I saw a recent interview with Gabrielle Union, who was held at gunpoint and sexually assaulted, right, at her job. So when you look at that fact versus someone who at 2 o'clock in the morning is going to go with no underwear on to a hotel room.
Wow.
Things aren't adding up, bro. You definitely.
And I'm not saying that they deserve it, but we also have to be. And as a guy, even with Harvey Weinstein, let's say Harvey Weinstein was gay and he invited me to read for a movie in his hotel room, and then he exposed himself with his robe. Like, First of all, I would try not, and granted, I've been on a lot of auditions. You guys know I'm an actor. I've been on lots of auditions, and most of the time the auditions take place in a hotel, in a suite, or in a boardroom at the hotel, or something like that. But I'm certainly not gonna, I don't think I've ever been on an audition at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, midnight, come to my room and audition and read a script.
That's shady.
I'm just not gonna do that. So anyway, that's so you guys think Morgan Freeman's gonna make it out of this one?
Honestly,
I believe so.
I really can't judge because people thought Bill Cosby was gonna make it out of it.
Yeah.
Nah,
I don't think he's gonna go to jail, but I know something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. We'll see. All right, let's talk about on the entertainment side. Deborah Lee, after 30 years as head of BET, is stepping down.
Oh yeah, I heard about
Every
that.
BET Awards I watch, she right there.
Deborah Lee's
It's gonna be
there.
Crazy not seeing her at the next one.
I remember when she got the job. I knew Bob Johnson, who was the founder of BET, and Bob was when they sold. He made, he became a billionaire after selling BET to Viacom, and he's made lots and lots of money and done really well. But he still was, felt BET was his baby, and in some ways he didn't think the Viacom did it right. In some ways he did, but BET came away under Deborah Lee's leadership. Scripted series. She came up with the award shows that we've seen, Black Girls Rock, all this stuff. It's like the end of an era, the passing of a torch. What do you think?
I think whoever steps in for her has some huge shoes to fill because BET has been a huge part in a lot of people's life and it's been flourishing for a long time. So they pretty much got some work cut out for themselves.
Yeah. Andy, any thoughts on the BET changeover?
I mean, growing up as a kid, BET's been there. And I remember when I was a kid, I really wasn't into, watching BET much. Because, I really was into cartoons. But, I always, when the cousins came to visit, they always had to put on BET.
Right.
And I'll say that BET, impact, numerous of people. It impact our culture. And, BET's just been there.
Yeah, they are. And this is the end of an era. That's all I can say. It's really an end of an era. So kudos to Deborah Lee. She's done a really amazing job, and we look forward to seeing some. She says it's not over, and she'll be doing some philanthropy. So we look forward to seeing some really good things from her. So I have a question, guys. I don't think you're in the place of getting married yet, Andy. What are you, 21?
21.
And you just turned 21.
Yes,
a
sir.
couple of days ago. So you had your first drink.
Yeah.
Have you recovered yet?
Yes. I have.
Very slightly, though. I think I still see a little bit of haze in your
No,
eye.
I'm just tired because, I just came back from Miami to visit my mom.
And still celebrating, because you're Haitian.
Oh, no.
So
all I did was stay home and, visit family and just help mom around the house.
Tobias, he just turned 21.
I'm being for
And he
real.
went to Miami on a holiday weekend.
I'm being for real.
And he just sat home and read the Bible with his mom.
I didn't say read the Bible. I didn't say read the Bible. I'm saying all I did was chill. I was just to myself. I mean, there was things that happened financially, which I said.
Okay.
And I didn't do nothing.
You just hung out.
I just hung out
And
with my
enjoyed the
mom.
bliss. Okay. We'll see. All right. So you 23, right, Tobias?
I'm 21.
You're 21 as well.
23.
So when did you turn 21?
Turned 21 in November.
Right, you're a Scorpio. Whatever. Who cares? So get this. According to reports, there's something out here. What do you think? Let's say you get engaged and the engagement doesn't work out.
Oh.
What happens to the ring? Or you get married and you get divorced. What happens to the ring?
I personally wouldn't take the ring back. I mean,
Would you want it back?
no.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Why do you say you'd want it back?
I wouldn't want it back.
Why wouldn't you want it back?
Because I feel like it's a constant reminder of what used to be, and if we get a divorce or we're no longer together, then I would let that part of me go and begin to move on.
Okay.
So
that's just money once you buy it,
Yeah.
it's done. It's like a
Yeah.
gift. I give you the gift. You want to flush
do
it down
what
the
you wanna
toilet.
do
It's
with it.
yours. Okay. Andy, you want your ring back. You're looking at him like, boy, bye.
I mean, when he put it that way, I feel where he's coming from, but I spent a lot of money on that ring, to be honest. I might at least need something back.
Hey, man, I'm an alpha. We scholars making dollars. I ain't gonna see them dollars in the future.
So you're gonna make more money.
Exactly.
Yeah, keep the ring. All right. I kind of agree with Tobias. Like, for me, take the ring, do what you will with it. Mariah Carey, as you know, she was engaged to billionaire James Packer, who was, like I said, multi-billionaire. And the ring that he gave her was worth an estimated $10 million.
Nah.
So what you gonna do with the ring, Tobias?
Nah. I wouldn't get a $10 million ring in the first place.
But he's a billionaire, so a $10 million ring to him is not a lot.
That's like $10.
Not really. I'd probably say 1,000 because he's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire. So look at this. Mariah, according to reports, sold the $10 million ring for $2 million.
So she didn't even make a profit.
No, she wanted to get rid of it.
Wow.
So that's why I was asking, like, what do you think should happen to the ring when the engagement ends?
In that case,
you give it back?
I feel like she should have gave it back if she wasn't going to do nothing with it, but sell it for less of the value that it was worth.
Well, there are a couple celebs that are saying that some kept the ring, some gave it back. This one is, remember Nicole Murphy, Eddie Murphy's ex, real pretty with the green eyes? She was engaged to Michael Strahan. They were together for 8 years. And so I'll ask you what you think she did with the ring. They were together for 8 years. Altogether, 2 years in, Michael Strahan proposed, gave her a really, really big rock. What do you think she did with the ring?
She threw it in the sea.
Their engagement ended in 2014. What do you say, Tobias?
I say she should have. I don't know.
What do you think she did?
I didn't even think Michael Strahan had someone, to be honest.
Yeah, he was with her for a long time.
Wow.
Well, am I missing something here?
I just didn't know he was with someone.
Well, she kept the ring, and she said that she deserved the ring. She said she deserved it. Okay, next one. Evelyn Lozada. You know her from Basketball Wives. She and Carl Crawford ended their engagement in 2017. What do you think she did with the ring?
Kept it.
She did. She kept the ring. Yeah, she kept the ring. She said she had planned to pass it on to her kids for a financial cushion. That was her little, like, inheritance kind of thing, right? Sierra. Remember Future? Future gave her the ring. What do you think she did with the ring?
Gave it to Lil Future.
She gave it to Lil Future. What do you say?
She gave it back to Future, probably.
You think she gave it back to Future? Well, before she found happily ever after with Russell Wilson, Sierra returned the ring back to Future.
She had to.
They split in 2014.
She had to.
She said, "I have no desire to keep this 15-karat emerald cut engagement ring." And her ring wasn't that much. It was only worth $500,000. Only worth $500,000. You know?
Only $500,000.
The Future made a song for in retaliation.
There it is. During an interview in 2015, Brandy revealed that she got a ring from her former fiance, Ryan Press. What do you think she did with the ring? Andy. This is Brandy. What did she do?
I'll probably say keep it.
You said she kept it. And Tobias, what do you say?
I think she gave it back.
She said, "I don't have the ring," and when an audience member shouted out she pawned it, the star responded by laughing and snapping her fingers in the air.
That's crazy.
So we don't know if she actually pawned it or not, but she sure smiled and laughed about it when they said it.
Oh, so she being petty about it.
I think she's slightly petty. All right, Selena Ebanks. I don't know if you remember Selena Ebanks. There was a ring. There were reports that the engagement ring that Nick Cannon gave Mariah Carey was similar to the one he had given her fiance, Selena Ebanks. So, what do you think? When Selena Ebanks got the ring from Nick Cannon, did she keep it or did she give it back? Because they said the Mariah ring was similar.
Oh, my gosh.
What do you think?
I feel like she gave it back.
You said she gave it back.
Yeah. I feel the same, too.
All right, it was a 12-karat diamond, white diamond ring, and she gave it back. She said she had nothing but well wishes for the pair, and she didn't really care what he did with the ring, as long as she didn't have it. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's real interesting to see what people do. But you guys say you would give the ring back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Alexis Pfeiffer. She was initially engaged to Kanye West. They broke up in 2008. What do you think? It was a Lorraine Schwartz engagement ring. They're really expensive.
She probably kept it.
She actually gave it back.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Gave it back.
Knowing Kanye, she most
Run
definitely
me
gave
my
it back.
money.
She gave it back. she gave it back. Finally, last person on my list, Jennifer Lopez. There's a huge public engagement with J-Lo and Ben Affleck. When they split, there was a Harry Winston engagement ring, 6.1 carat diamond ring worth $2.5 million. She was engaged to Ben Affleck. What did she do, Andy Francois?
She probably gave it back.
You said she gave it back. Tobias? $2.5 million pink Harry Winston diamond.
I think she kept it.
She gave it back. Jennifer Lopez gave the ring back. Yeah.
Because Ben Affleck's Batman.
Oh my gosh. You're so funny. Really? Did you just because he's Batman? Is that really how we're going to do this? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. We got in just a few moments, we're going to talk to Will eBay. Real quick before we get out of here with you guys, and we'll be back for Your Best Life. Greatest basketball player of all time. You say it's definitely Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You say, Andy?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Will eBay says something else. He said he's got another idea who is the GOAT as far as it comes to major basketball.
I mean,
we'll see.
If he's not talking about James Harden, then I don't want to hear that either.
Oh my gosh, no, not James Harden. Okay. We'll see what he has to say. Will eBay is coming up in just a second as the Rahman Experience continues.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
I'm little teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out.
This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
And we're back inside the Rahman Experience, of course, with everything that's going on around the country. When you're talking NBA basketball, sports is big. And sitting in with me for just a few moments is one of the stars of the Edward Waters College basketball team. This is one of the big men on the court, standing at 6'4", I believe, about 185 pounds. Originally from Maryland, it's Will eBay, and Will and I were having a debate. Will's an amazing basketball player. I can't even go into the amount of awards that he's gotten, but we were having a debate earlier about the greatest basketball player of all time. And Will eBay said, it ain't Michael Jordan. So, Will eBay, tell me why you say LeBron James, who we see right now is doing some really exciting things on the court, but certainly is not the greatest of all time. Why do you say that LeBron is the greatest basketball player?
Well, first of all, Mr. Johnson, first of all.
Oh, please call me Rahman. Welcome to the experience, by the way.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Willis eBay. LeBron James is the best player, in my opinion, alive. Michael Jordan is alive, too. Kobe is alive. LeBron James is extraordinary. He does extraordinary things that nobody is capable of doing. LeBron, he carries a team on his back, and he has been to the finals 8 straight times. No one has ever done that. He has won more accolades at his age than anyone has ever done.
Accolades, not rings. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm just saying. Accolades. Michael's got rings.
Regardless of winning the rings or not, he's been there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe sometimes he hasn't, you win some, you lose some. But in my opinion, he's just the greatest ever. Like, to just hold his team when they're down by so much and just do it all by himself, knowing that, he trusts himself, his teammates trust him. I hate to talk about all the people who just hate on him and try to knock his greatness off when he really makes his teammates better. If you have a group of teammates who really trust you like that, that should tell you that you the greatest player ever.
Well, no one's saying that he's not a great player. No one's saying that he's not a really good guy at what he does. But just listen to this. Rookie of the Year, 5-time NBA MVP, 6-time NBA champion, 6-time NBA Finals MVP, 6-time NBA Finals MVP. I'm going to say it again. 6-time NBA Finals MVP. The 10-time All-NBA First Team, 9-time NBA All-Defense First Team Defensive Player of the Year, 14-time NBA All-Star, 3-time NBA All-Star, MVP, 50th anniversary all-time team, 10 scoring titles. I'm not even going to go into the Olympic record that this guy has.
So that's Michael Jordan.
That's Michael Jordan.
I want to hear LeBron.
And I'm not saying, well, but listen to me now. I'm not saying that LeBron is not a great player, because he is. He's a marquee player. He's really good. But why does that mean we have to diminish the shine of Michael Jordan and all that he's put in? Because one of the things that you're saying, like LeBron was just LeBron in Cleveland or wherever he was. Michael motivated the team. There was Dennis Rodman, there was Scottie Pippen, there was all these other guys that were a part of the team that Michael helped to bring together. Obviously, Phil Jackson, put that together, and it made the synergy there. But it's like LeBron and then the Cavaliers, right? And for Michael with the Chicago, it was the Chicago Bulls as a whole that won championships, not Michael Jordan. Can you say that about LeBron James?
He brought Cleveland a championship for the first time in how many years? I don't know. All I know is that he's done that. That's one of the biggest accomplishments in Cleveland, period.
Yeah.
But as far as Michael putting it, it was Michael Jordan's team, if you want to be technical, just because it's Chicago Bulls and all the great players. LeBron had great players on his team, Chris Bosh, D-Wade.
But he still hasn't. And you said you wanted to hear LeBron's accomplishments. Here it is.
Accomplishments. I want to hear all of them.
It says he's one of the greatest of all time. Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time.
Second
right?
time.
He is the greatest of all time. LeBron would be second to Michael Jordan. I'm just saying. He's won 3 NBA championships. Three. Only 3. He's got 3 NBA Final MVP awards, 4 NBA Most Valuable Player awards. He is the all-time scoring leader in the NBA. He's a 14-time NBA All-Star, 3-time All-Star Game MVP, 12-time All-NBA First Team member, 5-time All-Defense Team member, and a NBA Rookie of the Year award. Now, if I go down the list, Michael Jordan does have more accomplishments. He does have more awards. He's done more, and he's done it for a longer period of time. And here's the thing. LeBron, bigger than Michael Jordan, 6'8", 280? It's about 280 pounds. Here's the thing, though.
260.
Now he's 280. He's listed at 255. I'm sorry, 255. Okay. Somewhere up in there, depending on if he has the hair plugs on or not. Ooh!
Throwing shots at this man.
Ouch. No.
Welcome to the hater club.
No. I'm really a big LeBron fan. Like, I'm a huge fan of LeBron James.
I don't believe.
No, I really am. Like, I'm really pulling for him. Like, I was in the barbershop the other day, and people were hating on him, and I'm like, I'm cool with James. He is King James, but I just don't want to. Why is it that we feel like if someone else is great, that we have to take away from someone else's greatness to make them
greater?
To be a part of their own. Like,
because he is.
But he's not.
But he is. He's great.
I just read his accomplishments, and he doesn't have.
LeBron still has like 5 years to go.
Right, but I'm saying at this moment, you're calling him the greatest of all time, and he's not. Because he has half of what this guy has accomplished in his career, and because this guy came out in high school, he should have come out of high school snatching rings. Since he's that big and that great and that amazing, he didn't come out snatching rings. It took him a while.
Michael had help.
Right, because he motivated the team, and that's what basketball is about. It's about the team.
If you look at it, like back then, the competition is not okay. It might have been more physical back then, but right now it's more talented. If you want to be real, like everybody knows now, like the Golden State Warriors, it's hard to knock them off.
Yeah.
LeBron has lost to the Golden State Warriors and a couple more other teams like that. Well, Dallas, I think it was. Boston Celtics.
Okay,
he lost to them, and it's just more talented now than it was back then. Michael Jordan, he had Pippen, he had Dennis Rodman, defensive player of the year. He had Pippen in him. He had, all the other support.
But he motivated them to do better.
He did, and so does LeBron. LeBron is a coach on the court. He's King James. He's the one who they look up to.
Name some other marquee players from Cavs. My point exactly. You just named Bulls players, but you couldn't name any marquee players on the Cavs because Because
they were once great. J.R. Smith.
It's because there's LeBron James and then the Cavs. And that's I think what everybody's talking about. So let's talk about you real quick because we don't have a lot of time. But you're one of the top players at Edward Waters, man. You've been doing some really good stuff, and you'll be eligible for the NBA Draft 2020. 2020. Yeah. So looking forward to big things from you. What is your style like? What do you think your style is on the court? I've seen you play. You're really aggressive when it comes to getting the ball and getting it down the court. What would you characterize your style as an athlete?
Well, one. I like to have the mindset of King James, being the king of the court. When I step on the court, and everybody who comes in front of me, I just feel like you're not gonna be able to guard me. I gotta press it on you. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring the pressure. I always bring the pressure.
And you're originally from the D.C. area, born in New York, and moved to D.C., played in high school, and you do have Nigerian roots.
I do have Nigerian roots.
Do you think that has any bearing on what you bring to the court? Any,
I don't know. I don't know. Like, my family we just aggressive. Like, we go get it. This is in the blood. You know what I'm saying? My little brother, he's a cornerback at Central Connecticut State University.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
Central Connecticut.
Central Connecticut State University.
Okay.
They just won the NEC championship.
Congratulations!
Last year.
Little young eBay. So he's all football.
Yeah, he's all football.
Okay. What are his stats? How tall is he? How much?
6'4".
Okay.
195 pounds. He weighed more than me.
Slim. Okay, slim dude.
He's a big cornerback.
Okay.
Big cornerback.
Okay.
So yeah, he's an aggressive person. He's an aggressive person. I feel like it just runs in the family.
Are are there other athletes in the family as well?
My older sister, she just, she is athletic, but she was never an athlete. She's in the what's it called? She's a psychologist.
Okay.
She majored in psychology. She got a magna cum laude from Syracuse, graduated with high honors and stuff like that. But as far as me on the court, I would label my game. My favorite player's always been D Wade.
Yes. Yeah. D Wade's good dude. Yeah.
I picture my game. I try to do the things he do. I always watch him and try to imitate everything on the court. I try to work on moves.
And D, I did a project with him just on a personal level.
Yeah.
I think he does a really good job at motivating and connecting and not just being, hey, I'm Dwayne Wade, I'm running stuff.
Yeah.
And how do you, would you consider yourself, would you say you're a leader on the team that works to kind of bring that same synergy together?
Yeah, I'm a vocal leader. I might not be the leader that the coach calls leader, one of the captains or whatever, but as far as me knowing, I'm the leader voice. You know what I'm saying? When we're down,
we know to get the ball.
It's not even about getting the ball to me. Well, they know, but it's just I want to motivate everybody on the court to get on the same level and mindset that I'm on right now, so we can get back on track. You feel me? Because I hate. Everybody hates losing, but I despise. I cannot do it. It just ruins me and ruins my insides. Like it tears me up. So I try to. That's why I'm aggressive. That's why I can't stand to lose.
How's basketball now different than when you started?
I'm more. I'm older now. I've been playing basketball.
So the game's the same. Has the games changed though, or is it you that you understand it more?
I understand it more.
Okay,
I understand it more because I've been playing longer than these dudes. I got a couple dudes my age playing on the Edward Waters team, but I grew more playing with different people. I play with people who play in the NBA right now. I actually grew up with a lot of dudes who play in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
So I learned from them. I learned just from playing basketball from older dudes, overseas dudes, pro players.
Is there a dream team you'd like to be a part of? And I'm not trying to jinx it. Just what cities you like. I mean, are there some franchises that you that's the club that I really think I'd be a great asset to, or that I like that city, or I want to be part of that club?
I've been want to be part of the Miami Heat.
Okay.
Yeah. For a long time. But,
they bring a lot to the table.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. But it wouldn't hurt to be part of my home team. The Washington Wizards.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Do you still consider New York home, kind of?
Yeah,
maybe?
Both.
So Madison Square Garden. If they asked you to come there,
I actually used to play at Madison Square when I was at St. John's.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't play. I dressed up because I had to, grades and stuff like that. So,
okay.
We did. Our home court was at Madison Square Garden.
Ah, man.
So it was actually.
So it was you're an almost Nick.
Almost Nick.
Yeah. Okay.
But
speaking of the Knicks, when are they gonna do something, man? Oh my word.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need good draft picks.
Oh, my word. I'm about to get out there and play. I'm going to go put them knee braces on and go out there and play, man. I love the
they
Knicks,
need me. They need me, man. Knicks, if y'all hearing this, man, y'all need me. I'm working on my game 24/7.
Lala listens to my podcast. So, Lala, tell your husband we got a dude down here. They need to... All right, man. Good hanging out with you. Thanks for giving us love. And any predictions for this year? Any
Golden
score
State all the way.
Golden State
all the way.
Give me a score. I'm not gonna jump in on this one. I'm gonna let you have this one.
LeBron might win one at home, but Golden State is 4-1.
Oh, really?
4-1.
Okay.
Yeah, Golden State 4-1.
You got to come back to talk about it and see when it's over.
Predictions is always right.
There it is. Will eBay. The Rahman Experience continues in just moments. We'll be right back.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
It's the Rahman Experience. Welcome back, and it's probably my favorite part of the show where we talk about your best life, ways that we can live better, do better, and be better. I'm joined in studio tonight by a dear friend and PhD researcher, Maretta Latimer. Maretta, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
Amazing. Thanks so much for joining me as we talk about living your best life and what people need in order to live better and be better. You know, we were just talking about, I like to talk in this segment about my favorite things as well. One of the things that I am finding that is my favorite right now, the Red Table Talks with Jada Pinkett Smith.
Ah, yes.
I mean, she did this talk this week where and I wanted to play a clip from Maya Angelou, so I hope that we get to it before the end of the show.
Okay.
But you and I watched Maya, we watched some of the Red Table Talk.
Yes.
And one of the things that I think was so revealing on this Red Table Talk, Oprah, you see, I love Oprah Winfrey, and as I think about Maya, it makes me think of Oprah. But when I look at Gabrielle Union and Jada Pinkett Smith, and they got together, and by the way, the fellas are still in the room with us, my producers. One time, Andy and Tobias.
What's going on?
Y'all still with us, so good stuff. Thank you, guys, for producing an amazing show. But as we look at this Red Table Talk with Jada having Gabrielle Union in her home, they had a beef for like 17 years that they didn't know existed. And one of the things you and I talked about, you're a black woman that's a member of important organizations. You're a member of the Links. You're a former administrator at a college. You've done a lot of different stuff and dealt with different people all over the places. And you and I talked earlier, black women have a tendency, more than black men, and I'll say women, period, more than men, have a tendency to hold on to grudges and things that were done in the past to them. That's something that Jada and Gabrielle talked about, and how to get past that. How do you let go? How do you live your best life as far as letting go of what has been done to you, or what you feel has been done to you, and getting on to the next phase of your life?
Well, I think that's an ongoing process for all of us. And I don't think I have a recipe or a specific solution that would allow me to do that. But what I think I've come to do at this age is to think about what's important, to look at the time that I have, and to learn to value people. And I think more than anything, that has helped me to let go of old beefs. In fact, you and I were just talking about a disagreement I've had with a classmate since 1987.
Wow.
That still exists. And really is irrelevant. It doesn't have any impact on her or me. Yeah. But it still exists. And I thought about that the other day. It's not important. It doesn't bring me any value.
Yeah.
But having a positive relationship with my classmate would. So those are the things that I focus on now.
You know, and it's funny, you and I have a mutual friend who, my mutual friend of 30 plus years.
Yes.
And this mutual friend who has been a dear friend of mine, we had a misunderstanding.
Yes.
For lack of a better way of putting it. And I remember reaching out. I think neither one of us was ready to reach out to the other. We were both in our corners.
Yes.
Neither one would have a conversation or any of those things. And You know, that moment for me came during the hurricane. We had a hurricane in Florida, and another mutual friend and her mom, remember, they lost their home.
Yes, I do.
And I'm like, wait a minute. We are beefing about a thing that happened, and our other friend is around here with no home.
Again, looking at what's really important.
What's really important. Yeah. And so, I wonder why. And guys, why do you think? Because I see the fellas here. Do you guys get into it with people and hold on to grudges and beef like that? And how do you get past it and live your best life? Forgiveness is key, but how do you do it?
Just by accepting that the situation already happened.
Wow.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah. What do you say?
I'm basically the type that once something happened, you can't really look back on it. You got to get over it and live your life, because the person you got into it with is living their life. So,
and a lot of you, I know we follow each other on Instagram and social media, and a lot of what I talk about on social media is positivity. And I posted something the other day about forgiveness, and that was the question everybody came to me with on my Instagram page. They were like, well, how do you do that? And I think it's just as simple. For me, it's just saying, I'm moving on. It's just that simple.
You have to. I mean, like, during the process of it, you're gonna feel some type of way about it. Like, wow, I still can't believe he did that and that. And you're gonna be in your feelings for like quite some time. But like, at the end, you're realizing that it already happened.
Yeah.
So you can't go back and change the situation that something already happened, and you just gotta like accept it.
Have any of you, Maretta, have you read the book? Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist?
Yes, I have.
And Don Miguel Ruiz, the Four Agreements, and then the Fifth Agreement.
No, that I haven't read.
And one of the agreements is like always doing your best. But one of the agreements that stood out to me, and I'll tell you why I mentioned those two books, don't take it personal. Quite often what you'll find out later down the road that, and I'm going to use a colloquialism here, it ain't even about you. It's about someone else having an issue with themselves, and you're like, I can't believe he did that to me. And it's not even that, or she did that to me, and it's less they did it to you, and it's more of I'm hurting inside, so I'm lashing out at any and everybody I can put my hands on.
One thing I want to say too,
Sure.
and this is how men and women react to situations differently. We as women have a tendency, because of our connection to our emotions, to hold on to things for longer periods of time. We had that discussion earlier. And men are better at compartmentalizing and moving on. And I think that's a lesson that we as women can learn from men.
Which is, I guess, and it, what just popped in my head, kind of like the why men cheat thing. It's like easy for men to cheat. We just put this over in the corner.
Well, we're not trying to learn about that.
Look, if I could answer that question, I could rival Dr. Phil as a relationship strategist. I don't think I can answer the question why men cheat. That's far be it from me a way to figure that one out. But I think if we can get into a place of starting to forgive each other and find our way into a better stage of being, that's how we really get to living our best lives.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. So
it is.
You are, by the way, before you get out of here, so you're a PhD researcher at Vandy. How's that going?
It's amazing, but completely and totally overwhelming too.
I love it. Yeah, this PhD thing is a grind. Somebody asked a question about relationship, I was like, yeah, I'm actually dating right now. PhD ship. PhD ship. That's right. And yours, PhD.
Yes.
That's your dude. And he takes a whole lot out of you, don't he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Even my money.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Well, congratulations on work there, and thank you for your words of wisdom. And as Maya said, and what we just watched, that sometimes you have to grin and bear it.
Absolutely.
You have to take one for the team so that you can do better and be better. And I'm not saying be walked over. Don't be a mat. But also, everything you don't have to fight about. You don't have to fight about it. And that is another key to living your best life. And that brings us to the end of yet another Rahman Experience. I am always excited and in awe of everything we talk about in the show, from the fact that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. Say it again. Yes, Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. I'll say it and let it be said. I don't know what that other guy was talking about. But no, I appreciate Will eBay for coming on the show. Thank you so much to my producers, Andy Francois, and of course Tobias Green, our researcher Hayden Cummings, as well as the entire team that comes together to put the Rahman Experience together. Now remember, you can always continue to keep the conversation going at Rahman J on Twitter. You'll find news, information, and other tidbits there regularly. That's at Rahman J on Twitter and on Instagram, posting regularly, of course, talking about what's going on around the world. And then you can also find us on Facebook. That's Rahman J Fans, RahmanJ Fans. You can get all the details about all the stuff we got going on. We will keep it there. But thank you for being who you are and being a part of the experience. And remember, tell a friend. Pass the word about the podcast. We are on every major podcast platform, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, you name it, we are there. So make sure you tell a friend about the podcast to keep the show going. Remember, you can also call in and leave a message about things you'd like to hear on the show. That's 540-RAHMAN-7, 540-RAHMAN-7. Again, thank you, Loretta Latimer, and thank you guys for listening. And remember, don't let anybody tell you no who doesn't have the authority to tell you yes. I'll see you next week. And if no one's told you today, I love you. Now go be amazing.
It's a brand new experience, a brand new time, a brand new way to do it. Hey, yeah, it's all mine. I'm the one telling stories you thought couldn't be told. I'm the one that bring you in when you shaking from the cold. I'm the one always out front, yeah, trying something new. I'm the one that's gonna deliver when they ask what it do. Politics, entertainment, and science, all the news. Keeping you on the level with the stuff you can use. DJ Kids on the beat, Ross got the track. It's the Rahman Experience. You know that's where it's at.